Hello and welcome to day 3 of our Morning Manna time together. This week we're looking at the themes of the Advent season, and the theme for today is peace. Yesterday we talked about the powerful prophetic words found in the book of Isaiah. In Isaiah chapter 9, he describes the coming of Christ and that he's to be called the Prince of Peace, and that is exactly what he is, our deliverer of peace. I'm reminded of the story in Matthew chapter 14 when Jesus walked on water. Jesus had gone up to the hill to pray, and the disciples were in a boat far from land. Soon the disciples found themselves in trouble when a strong wind came against them, and their boat was being battered by waves. So let's pick up the description in verses 25 through 33. And in the fourth watch of the night, he came to them, walking on the sea. But when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified and said, "It's a ghost!" And they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." And Peter answered him, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came to Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." And Jesus immediately reached out his hand and took hold of him, saying to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased, and those in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." The thing that stands out to me the most in this story is that when Peter took his attention off of Jesus and his focus shifted to all of the frightening elements of the storm that was around him, that is when he began to doubt. And when he cried out to Jesus, Jesus was right there and immediately grabbed hold of him. Right now, many of us are in need of the Father's peace one way or another. It may be something larger that you're currently dealing with, maybe in your relationships or your health or your jobs, or perhaps it's the smaller day-to-day things and you're just having trouble accessing his peace. Just like Peter, when we take our focus off of Jesus, quickly the storms around us, big or little, begin to look impossible. But when we take hold of his hand and we keep him the center of our focus, his peace overflows. And finally, this is a little bit more lighthearted, but one of my family's favorite Christmas movies of all time is White Christmas. There's a song performed in it called "Count Your Blessings Instead of Sheep," written by Irving Berlin. Apparently, the song was birthed out of Berlin's insomnia troubles. He penned a letter once about why he chose to write these specific lyrics, and his letter reads, "As I say in the lyrics, some time ago, after the worst kind of a sleepless night, my doctor came to see me, and after a lot of self-pity, belly aching, and complaining about my insomnia, he looked at me and said, 'Speaking of doing something about your insomnia, did you ever try counting your blessings?'" So I'd like to challenge you today to count your blessings. Shift your mind solely on Jesus and find rest and peace in him. Be intentional about it. So I hope I'll see you back here tomorrow.